Who, if anybody, accompanied you?
You were with me.
And who else, if anybody?
Mr. Morrison, I think. It was just the three of us.
And what, if anything, did you look at as you walked through there?
I looked at everything that was available to see. I looked at the yard, I looked at the enclosure, I looked at the fencing, I looked at the area where the officers had staged, I looked at the window that was kicked out, I went into the home, I looked at the kitchen where Mr. Morrison was shot, I looked at the surrounding rooms, I took a vantage point from inside the house and looked outside of the house from that vantage point. I took a street view.
Did you take photographs yourself?
Yes.
And what, if anything, did you do at the 408 South Ridgewood Avenue location?
Just observed it, got out of the vehicle, walked around, observed the location. It wasn't a very long trip there. There was no one to speak to at that location.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
I have no objection to putting, I don't have an objection to putting these photos into evidence.
How many do we have?
There should be 14, Your Honor, if I'm not mistaken.
17.
17. I apologize, 17. I counted originally.
That's all right. They'll be admitted as defense exhibits 2 through 18 without objection.
Thank you. I'd still like to show them very briefly, please. Thank you. So I'm now showing you these exhibits. And, well, I guess I should have them marked. No, let's go through each one just quickly. Thank you. I'm now showing you what's been marked as Defense Exhibit A for identification. That's now been placed in evidence. We don't have a number yet. Can you identify that?
It looks like Mr. Morrison's house.
I'm showing you what's been marked as Defense Exhibit B for identification. That's been placed in evidence. What is that?
This is inside of this, I'll call it the hot tub room, where the hot tub is, you can actually see the corner sticking out. There's a room in the house looking outward towards the backyard.
And did you go in that room?
I did.
And what is your understanding of what happened, if anything, in that room?
This is the area that the two officers and Ms. Mays walked into, and on this side, the close side, closest to me, is where the window is that was kicked out. And when Mr. Morrison appeared at that window, the officers took a position behind this hot tub that you can see in the photo.
And I'm showing you,
Do you mind if I stand up here so I can just look at them while this goes on?
I have no objection. Defense has none. I'm showing you what's now been marked as Defense Exhibit C for identification as placed in evidence. And what does that photograph depict to you?
I believe this is the entrance to the room that I just spoke about.
And what does that room consist of as far as its doors? As you were there, and you recall from being there as well?
It's bricked off. It has windows. It has a external door. It has an internal door. On this side, on the right side, if you're walking through the doorway, it has a window that's over the kitchen that's on the back wall that's over the kitchen internally.
And did you get a chance to see these doors that slide across as well while you were there?
I did.
Thank you. Let me show you the next item is Defense Exhibit D for identification that's been marked and placed in evidence. Hasn't been marked yet.
So this is an image of what I just described to you with the door going into the house right off to the right. The window that was kicked in directly, you're looking directly at it in this photograph. And then, of course, all the stuff that's stacked up within the room.
And this is Defense Exhibit E for identification.
I don't really recall what this is.
And fair game. If you don't know,
Yeah, I don't
please
know.
tell us you don't know.
I don't know if this is the inside. I know he has a garage. I don't know if there's inside the garage. It doesn't. If I appeared in here, I don't recall it.
Okay, thank you. And Defense Exhibit F for identification. That's been marked in evidence.
this is sort of an angular look into that debris room, I believe. It's kind of an odd angle. It doesn't really ring a bell, but I think it's looking into that debris room into part of the house.
And Defense Exhibit G for identification has been marked, placed in evidence.
This looks, I'm not sure.
Is that still where the hot tub is, sir?
Yes.
And is that washers and dryers in there? Do you know if that's
Yes,
the same room?
I just
where
can't
the
tell what
officers
angle
were?
it is. I'm trying to imagine in my head, but it's the same room. I just don't know what the angle is.
Thank you. Showing what's been marked as Defense Exhibit H for identification has been marked in evidence.
This is a view. The view is it's going to be the front of the house. The view to the fence.
Did you walk around the entire house and the curtilage attached there too?
I did.
Thank you. Showing what's been marked as Defense Exhibit I for identification has been marked and placed in evidence.
This is another part of the yard. Once again, showing the fencing, the high fencing, the warning signs, private property, beware of dog, all that kind of stuff that's posted on the outside.
Showing what's been marked as Defense Exhibit J placed into evidence. Can you look at that?
Yes.
And what is that?
This is the area that's between Mr. Morrison's house and the neighboring house with the accompanying fencing, yeah.
And did you look at the fencing?
Yes.
And did you look at the gate attached to the fencing?
Yes.
And was anything pointed out to you regarding the lock on or about the fencing?
The lock was broken. What that was pointed out to me.
And did you see the lock still there?
Yes.
And after walking through the gated fenced area, did you see the wood fenced area further on?
Yes.
And is that same or similar at the time that you walked through?
As I recall, yes.
In the walkway?
Yes.
Thank you. Show. Showing you what's been marked as Defense Exhibit K for identification has been placed into evidence as well.
That's just moving through that gate now, more towards the back of the house.
And did you move through that gate and go towards the back of the house through both gates, the metal and the wood fence gate as well?
Yes.
Showing you what's been marked as Defense Exhibit L and placed into evidence.
This is going to be, I guess, the backside of the house, the yard, and I don't know the angle of it, but
Showing you what's been marked as Defense Exhibit M and placed into evidence. Are those the sliding doors that go to that room?
yes, this is the entrance into the room where the hot tub is, which you can see in the photograph.
Showing you how it's been marked as Defense Exhibit N placed into evidence as well. What does that depict?
That's that same room, still looking now, I guess, from the wall opposite the door, so that you can see off to your right the entranceway in, the window that was kicked to my left, and the other door leading into the other portion of the house, straight in front of you.
Showing you what's been marked as Defense Exhibit O for identification placed into evidence.
This is the kitchen looking out. I don't know what the pink tape is. I know it's
You don't know if that's trajectory tape to show the trajectory of the bullet?
It could be, but I couldn't say that absolutely. It seems like that would be a logical way to view this, but I'm not sure. This is certainly looking out.
And Defense Exhibit P placed into evidence as well.
I don't recall. This is obviously, it's a door of some type, but I just don't recall which one it is.
Thank you. And lastly, Defense Exhibit Q placed into evidence.
This is a close-up of the broken window. I think looking out. No, looking in. Yes, this is an area looking, I think this is the sink right here.
Thank you.
But
Now, other than looking at those pictures, did you get a chance to look at a multitude of other photographs?
Yes,
And did you take those photographs into consideration in formulating your opinion in this case as well?
roughly. I mean, I saw pictures of Miss Mays. I saw, I have pictures of my own.
Did you have any police reports, or were you given any police reports?
Yes.
And how many police reports or narratives did you receive?
I don't know. I assume the case file.
And did my office provide you with the case file?
Yes.
And did you get a chance to review and read all the police reports, narratives, supplemental reports, and those things that were provided to you as part of discovery?
Yes,
And did you keep a list of what reports you reviewed?
I did.
And do you know what they are now?
I could pull it up, but off the top of my head, no. I mean, I didn't bring a list with me.
Did you listen to any statements given to FDLE by some of the agents?
Given to FDLE?
Yes.
Yes.
And did you look at any depositions that were taken and were written and were transcribed?
Yes.
And you said you had a variety of pictures of Miss Mays. Where'd you get that from?
I believe you sent it to me. I don't remember if it came on a disc or it was in a Dropbox, but they were sent from your office.
Did you listen to any audio files?
Yes?
Did you listen to Randolph Noel, N-O-W-E-L-L?
Yes.
Did you listen to an audio file of William Kimmy, K-I-M-M-I-E? Did you listen to an audio file of the interview of Officer Kelly?
Yes.
Did you read the deposition of Stephen Aldrich?
Yes.
Did you read the deposition of James Andrews?
Yes.
Did you read the deposition of Matthew Armstrong?
Yes.
Did you read the statement during the interview that was given to FDLE? His statement as well, Matthew Armstrong?
Yes, I believe so. If it was in the package, I read it.
Did you read the deposition of Lauren Duncan?
Yes.
A deposition by Rodney Erdman?
Yes.
And a deposition by Heather Gingery?
Yes.
And did you look at a few images of what appeared to be the arresting officers or two officers that were mentioned in the report, specifically Corporal Armstrong and Officer Kelly?
Yes.
Did you listen to the interview of Leah Mays?
Yes.
Did you listen to the interview with Michael Morrison?
Yes.
And did you read the deposition of Dale Kelly?
Yes.
Did you read the statement interview by Dale Kelly?
Yes.
And the deposition by Tim Kraft?
I believe so.
Did you look at a few other images and/or movies?
Yes.
Did you read the written interview of Leah Mays?
Yes.
And how about the deposition of Todd McBride
Yes.
and FDP from Josh Mead?
I don't recall.
Mr. Gross,
Yes,
close to a breaking point.
thank you. Yes, I am.
This is a good time to do it.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to go ahead and take our lunch recess. So we'll break at this time, 1:30, enough time for you to get lunch?
It's fine, Ron.
Okay, so we'll reconvene at 1:30. Remember, it's like you're on the stand still testifying, even though we're at lunch, so please don't discuss your testimony with anybody.
Is this courtroom going to be locked, Judge?
Yeah. It'll be locked, you can leave your stuff there if you wish.
Thank you. That's what I'm asking.
And I know, clarify this, and when he is on the stand, he's not really discussing even with Mr. Ross at this point, correct?
It's like who's testifying.
And we can leave our stuff in here.
Leave your stuff.
Thank you.
Or, recess till 1:30.